Right. This video is going to be, I would say, much shorter, a little simpler, but it is also important that you learn how to use the tools in this shape. So this is going to be for shape number 4, our meandering river shape. We're going to learn how to use the spline and how to use the offset. Okay, these are two new tools that I want you to know how to do. So if you guys can see, this shape doesn't really have dimensions on it. The spline tool is kind of weird, so you're just gonna do your best to create this shape. I don't necessarily care how big it is, but I do want to see a spline and an offset in your shape connected by lines to create a face. So let's get going. I'm gonna start a new sketch. This is from the other video, sketch number 3. I'm gonna turn this off and I'm going to generate a new sketch. I'm going to click sketch and then I'm going to click on my front face. Okay. So to create this kind of like a meandering shape, we're going to use something called the spline. So we call our lines, rectangles, circles, arcs, polygons, and the next tool is the spline. Okay, it's a multi-point curve. So we're going to play around with it for this shape, and then we're going to offset it to create kind of like a river, or you could say road, um, a meandering corridor of some sort. So when you click spline, right, you can start at origin, you can start wherever for this shape, depending on what you're doing. You can click on endpoints. Once you start to click, so I'm going to click once and then twice, and you'll see that this, and I've only clicked twice, but you're seeing like now it's taking those inflection points and it's creating a curve. Okay, so again, just kind of like see what you can do here and create that shape. Maybe you do find a little kick out. Okay. In order to end your spline, just hit escape and it'll place it. Okay. The other cool thing about the spline is like once you place it, you can actually click and kind of drag out and mess with where you place those points. Say you want it to, scooch in a bit more there and whatnot. Again, if it doesn't look exactly like this, it's really okay. But I do want you to have a spline and then an offset. So that looks good to me. Now let's apply the offset tool. So the offset tool is right here next to the trim, the little scissor icon. It's this one. When you click and use this, you're going to basically it's going to create a copy of whatever you select, but it's going to be an offsetted copy, which can be extremely helpful sometimes. So when you click it, it's going to say it's actually not going to say anything, but it's going to assume that you're going to select what you want to offset. We're going to click on this line, okay, or spline. As you can see here, it's saying it's creating that offset, okay, at a 0.25, width. It's copying the shape and it's offsetting it out to 0.25. So if that goes down and that's what we want it to do, we can go ahead and click. If we want to flip the direction, we can click on the arrow and flip it. And then once we click again, it's going to say, do you want that at 2.5? Do you want it at, accidentally scrolled, so now it's like increasing. Maybe you don't want it that high. Maybe you want it to be at 0.15 and you want it to be an even skinnier offset. Again, like everything else, once you place it, it's going to have that dimension there. And if you need to click in and you're like, actually, I click too far. I like that bit better. You can adjust it. You can click and type and adjust. Okay. Spline is super effective, especially when you're creating kind of like organic shapes. And so it can be really helpful to use. Lastly, we just need to connect it at the end with lines to make the face. I'm going to be looking for that in your assignment. So go ahead and click the line tool and connect the ends of your spline here. And it should shade in and create your shape. All right, this is all you need to screenshot for your assignment.